Are you listening?
The Running Wrestling Podcast. End your week the right way fast. Step into the ring with us, no DQ, just trust. The Running Wrestling Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined as always by my friend, my partner, my brother, Bedrock. What's going on there?
Yo, okay, first off, I was trying to figure out all behind the scenes why you were so low in my headphones. The fucking volume was turned down to 25. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here in the behind the scenes going, I can hear like maybe 1 out of 4, things that this guy's really saying. So it was kind of funny. But
I'm back to scenes without headphones, and I just put them in there. There you go.
That's hilarious. Go back to that Herb comment. I've got to talk to Herb on this one. I'll watch more Alabama. No, I can't do that. I can't watch more Alabama.
What's up, Herb from the Herb Garage Podcast? Welcome in on YouTube, watching us there, saying good evening, everybody. We also had a few people on our behind the scenes. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you go follow Sped over on Twitch, SP3DROCK over on Twitch. You get a 30-minute behind the scenes. We talk about pretty much anything but wrestling. We talked about Sped wanting a sword, a little bit of Forged by Fire, the TV show where they used to have the competition. Awesome. We talked about a glass blowing show on Netflix called Blown Away and how cool it used to be. And I don't think it's on anymore. I think it's been canceled. Extreme Chick was with us. We had TC, who's always with us. Isaiah was here. Coda was there. A lot of people that normally join us there.
Is TC always with us? Because, sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder about him.
Well, he comments. He may not really be with us. He may be out of body. I don't know. He comments. So that's all I can say.
That's it. Yeah. He's I love the guy. What up, horror?
TC saying what's up to everybody there, proving that he was in fact with us.
Yeah.
At least in spirit.
That's AI.
What's going on, Mike? Check out Mike from the Kicking Attitude podcast, Horror Wrestling. You got to make sure you enunciate that when you say it.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's like horror. Yeah, I know. That's why I said it so slow.
Man, it's a big episode. We got a lot coming up this weekend. A lot to get through. A lot of big wrestling matches coming up. A lot of big wrestling matches just happened. Speaking of Coda was here. There's Coda. He was there behind the scenes with us as well. But yeah, AEW with the pay-per-view coming up. WWE just had kind of a PLE. With Saturday Night's main event, kind of a house show.
That was a house show.
But something different happened on there that didn't normally happen on Saturday Night's main event that we'll talk about here in just a second. So let's get right into it.
Good.
First up, you had the main event that we'll talk about first. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk defeating Gunther and Sami Zayn just to make sure Gunther and Sami Zayn didn't get added to their championship match at SummerSlam, making sure it's a one-on-one match. And it was a decent match. It is what it is. What'd you think about it? I
had a better view of watching paint dry. Okay, this should have just look. A Fatal 4-Way sounds so much better than Cody versus Punk at SummerSlam.
No, it doesn't.
How does it not sound better?
Because of how this match ended. Do you not remember how this match ended?
This match?
With Nick freaking Aldis coming out? And now we get Nick Aldis versus Gunther at SummerSlam?
That could have set it up for night 2. You could have done that. You could have taken his ass out.
Nobody's doing night 2. If they're not going to let Oba do it, they're not going to let Gunther and anybody else do it.
Man, they got it.
I wish they would too, but they're not.
They got to do it. They got to pull the goddamn cords.
Nick Aldis comes out.
I do like that part.
Gunther the match, beats him down, and then we find out later on that we're getting Gunther versus Nick Aldis at SummerSlam next week. So yes,
and then I am glad. Find out at the pre-show or whatever that was.
I think they announced it before then, but they had a confrontation at the kickoff, and that's where they.
That's what it was. The kickoff. That's what it was.
Yeah. Which I'm not sure why we had the kickoff like a week and a half before, because they're still talking about adding matches.
I know.
So
I know.
It's kind of confusing. We're gonna have the big kickoff for the show, but not all the matches are here, so we're not kicking off all the matches. These few matches we've already made.
I just do not like where SummerSlam's going. Joe Hendry's going to be in it. LA Knight's in it. Fucking, it's just I don't
because
like.
You don't like the people. And the SummerSlam's going to be fun. I'm actually looking forward to SummerSlam.
Some of the matches look good. I'm looking forward to my tribal chief in action, Solo Sikoa. All right, yeah, that's right. I said it.
That's the match that shouldn't be at SummerSlam.
No, it shouldn't. No,
we should have got Bayley and Lyra at SummerSlam instead.
Right here.
That.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That.
But
yes.
We didn't get there. We got Bayley and Lyra at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. Yeah, we did get there, and what?
And
man, I was looking for the picture where she was standing on her hands. That wasn't blurry, the whole way. I couldn't find it.
I had to physically so the video I made during Saturday night's main event had that on there, but I had to take it off of my TV.
Yeah,
I had to pause my TV and take the picture with my phone.
Yeah. Well, Rollins Reigns women's ladder match. I mean, the women's ladder match looks good. What did he say? Glad I'm not the only one.
He was only confused by the.
Oh yeah. No, I feel that. I was confused by that too. But this right here, you're 100% right. Should have been on SummerSlam. If this is the end of Bayley, then
which I don't know that it's the end of Bayley. We'll get more into that here later on in the show because I know there's a segment that we're going to talk about it. But this story is better than whatever they've got with those 6 guys, and that one should have been on Saturday night's main event, and then you should have got this on SummerSlam, 100%.
Yeah.
And then we get to the match that I didn't think was going to end the way it did because it's Saturday night's main event. They never have title changes. We have new tag team championships for the women. Freaking Fatal Influence beat the Total Divas and are now your women's tag team champions. Hell yes, I'm so glad that I was wrong when we did our predictions last week. I even said it during the show that I hope I'm wrong saying it. I just didn't think I was. But lo and behold, Fallon Henley, Lainey Reed are your women's tag team champions. What'd you think about it, Speds?
Well, I called it. I don't bet against Fatal Influence. You just don't. All right? Look, I've already said, why is Tiffany Stratton in the women's championship match?
Yeah, that's kind of dumb too.
Why isn't JC, in that? So
why isn't Tiffany and Blake Monroe going out? Why are they not having their match? That's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, well, things change. What do you mean things change? You got a proven champion that works, that doesn't need a daddy to make her look good. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I like JC.
That gimmick hasn't been around since before she left NXT. Come on.
I know. But
Tiffany's not that bad.
She hasn't done anything. She hasn't proved that she's a good champion. She hasn't done anything. Her run as NXT champion was the last good thing that she's done.
That's not all her fault, though. I mean, you got to look at the booking. It's some part of that.
But JC was the one that everyone's like, oh, she's just a transitional champion. And proved to everyone, oh, no.
But see, here's where you get with that. What were the words you said about Tiffany just a second ago? When was her last good title run?
NXT.
Where was JC's title run?
NXT, but I'm telling you, she can do it in WWE. If they're going to run it,
I'm not saying she can't, but there's no way you can't. There's no way you can make that comparison. If both of them had their last good title runs in NXT,
you can't. Well, she hasn't had a title run in WWE.
If she doesn't get good booking, it's not going to matter.
But just like Tiffany. Just say it. Tiffany's had her opportunities as champion. She hasn't.
Look, and don't get me wrong. I know people are going to come for me saying, well, you don't think JC Jane's any good. I think JC Jane will be a great champion.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Who's saying
I'm just saying lay off Tiffany for a little bit.
Never. I'm playing.
Then we had the greatest match that ever happened in Madison Square Garden. Danhausen getting the win over the Judgment Day, specifically JD McDonough, with a little help from the one, the only.
I called this too.
You did call it. I thought it was going to be Jalen Brunson since he was already there. I should have known better. You saw a little bit later that night that, you saw it on Monday that Danhausen actually had a cat. little stuffed
Yeah.
cat, and that should have told you right there what it was.
And well, when I saw the promo before we went live, I was like,
What's going on,
yeah,
DJ?
I think Cat Williams.
Welcome in.
You know, Cat. I was gonna say Cat Williams.
Cat
but
Williams.
that's
You
what-
did say Cat
yeah,
Williams.
I did.
That would
I
have
was
been
like,
hilarious.
that would have been funny because I was like, God, man.
He'd have come out and said, "This motherfucker." No.
Yeah, I know, right? That's not. Nah, I don't know about that right there. I say, oh man. Yeah, no, this is a good match, and JD, man, can take bumps for days because he came out. We're gonna talk about it on Monday, but you guys need to lay off on Dom. This guy has been doing his things good. Why is he taking a choke slam from a 7-foot tall man? I don't even know if that's PG
And speaking of matches that shouldn't be on SummerSlam,
or PG.
Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. It's going to be a fun match.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Do we need that on SummerSlam though?
No.
Could we not replace that with a better match?
Oh, did you see Ieska got cursed today or yesterday at Comic-Con, by the way?
I did not. That's it.
Yeah. So Ieska bit,
I'd rather see that match at SummerSlam.
He bit Punk, right, at Comic-Con, and Punk gives human monies. He goes, "You cursed that thing." And he gives him human monies, right? He goes, "Okay." Just like that. He's looking at Ieska like, yeah, like it's all now. So yeah,
I got to go back and find that because that's
yeah, that's all over X. That crap was hilarious. But no. Go to the next slide because this one wasn't PG. This wasn't PG whatsoever, right? I don't even know if this should not even.
Speaking of Danhausen and human monies and everything else involved, JD gets destroyed. No way to say it. JD and the rest of the Judgment Day get destroyed by Oba after a rough up with Danhausen, getting cursed again, thinking they got that money back. Somehow we throw a bag of money at Oba that's not really money, which pisses him off, obviously. and we just proceed to let Oba kill people, which is fun.
Yeah, I like it
what's
when
up,
Oba
Carol?
kills.
How's it going?
It's just sad when Dom is one of the people that he kills. Yeah.
Is it really though?
No, it wasn't. Actually, it was not sad at all. It was actually very entertaining watching that pizza toss because I saw him not even try, and he still threw him halfway across the ring. So if he actually tried, I'm scared of how far he would throw me. First off, Coda, is that the dry heat or is that got humidity on top of it? Because if there's humidity on top of that 117 degrees, you're in hell. All right? But if you're in dry heat, I'll take that all day.
I mean, it's still hot. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, it's hot. Yes, it's hot. But I'll take that all day over that humidity.
What Isaiah's waiting on Danhausen to curse Joe Hendry.
If you're
That's
looking for a giveaway, just look at the bottom bar. Continue just read that.
That's a bot. Oh.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people that do that too. We had that happen yesterday. 3 people. Here's your giveaway. Right here.
Next up on Monday Night Raw, we had a tag team match. Dragon Lee and Javon Evans taking on the tag team champs, the Vision. And man, the Vision get a win. They prove again once that they're dominant. And I don't see any. There are no tag teams right now that I don't think can stop them right now. Not that I think they're a great tag team. There's just not that many tag teams on Raw that are any good.
You know what the
should have been, but
I was
now
gonna say that.
We've added Maxine there, lost the tag team titles, and we hadn't seen the Street Profits since. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing in the tag team division on Raw. So
They forgot about it.
Alpha Academy came out, Otis and Tozawa, and they got beat down too. You see down there at the bottom right. And again, for the second week in a row, the Division are standing tall over them. I don't know where we go with this. I don't know if they're just biding time for Logan Paul to get back and let Braun Breaker kind of do his thing again. But I mean, I'm just not feeling this segment.
No, I think they're waiting on Logan Paul versus Tom Brady. They think that's a money match.
I will turn my TV off if that happens.
No, I think it's going to happen.
I have never said that about any wrestling company, especially WWE, because I've watched WWE for 30 plus years. I will physically turn my TV off the second Tom Brady comes out of the entranceway and comes down to the ramp.
What if it was Derrick Henry?
I mean, Tom Brady's the only one I would turn off for. I hate Tom Brady. I don't like Tom Brady.
I tied. That's what he said. High tide.
They knew Unreal was coming out. I mean, that is true. More on Unreal coming up later.
Oh yeah,
Yes, they are very cursed,
they are cursed. Oh god,
and not the Danhausen curse like the Judgment Day. They're
no.
actually cursed because they keep getting hurt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But don't be surprised if Tozawa and Otis win this.
Eventually, hell, we'll probably see it on SummerSlam too, just because they want to throw weird stuff on SummerSlam.
Exactly. But this match,
But
I was happy to see LA Knight lose.
I figure that's the whole reason you put this on there.
That's the only
just
reason
because
why
he
this is
lost.
the main event. This is the only reason why it's the main event. I gave you
You-
Oba. I gave you Oba in the first one. I get this one. All right.
You give me Oba because Oba matters. You just
Yeah,
wanted
Oba.
to say. You just wanted to say LA Knight lost. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason why. Yeah. And the fact that
I mean, this
you know,
furthers the match that we both said doesn't need to be on SummerSlam.
exactly.
So they're trying to make it something that it's not, because you had Solo Sikoa get involved, you had Royce Keys get involved, the Usos all came out, and it wasn't a great match.
It was alright. It was alright. But LA Knight lost. So that's all that matters.
Yeah,
Good inning.
yeah. Moving on to NXT, in a match that was a million times better than anything you
God.
saw on Raw.
Yes.
Jada Parker and Natty. Jada gets the win after it seems like somebody in Natty's corner throws in the towel, but it really wasn't. Once you turn around, you saw it was Thea Hale who grabbed the towel out of Nikita Lyons' hands, throws it in. The ref thinks it's somebody from the corner, calls for the bell. Controversial win by Jada Parker. Up until that point, what'd you think of the match?
Freaking love this match. And I thought
Oh,
the
yeah.
Hale part was funny and actually helped the ending. Who the hell was really going to take the loss in this one? Honestly, clean. Honestly. In this match.
Jada should have got the win clean just because of the
Yeah.
way the story's progressed since Natty got the win earlier. They could
Well,
have let that happen and then had a blow off at Heatwave.
I understand that, but now this puts a side chapter in that. You know, that gives you, okay, now Jada could go after, let's say, the North American Championship, and when they do go for the third time, and
No, they're still going to go for a third time before she gets any title.
what's that? What's the pay per view at the end of the year for them?
Stand and deliver?
Is it Stand and Deliver at the end?
I think so.
I know the next big one that they do. I say pay per view, PLE.
The next PLE is Heatwave.
Deadline. There you go. Deadline. I can
That's right.
see.
Stand and deliver is usually around WrestleMania. My bad.
That's what I was like. Is it? Yeah, Deadline. I can see it happening there, where the big blow off happens, and that's where Jada Parker gets it clean. That's where I think she gets it clean.
It's possible. I don't know, man. I wanted to see a clean win. That way we could have a good third match. I don't need the Thea Hale shenanigans. If anything, I need Thea Hale to join Natty and have the same transformation that she's doing to Jada to Thea Hale.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where we go with it. Maybe that's where you get the break from Jada. Maybe Natty focuses on Thea Hale because of what she did. But unfortunately, what happens in my head. But unfortunately, what I think happens in my head is we get Nikita Lyons versus Thea Hale, since she grabbed the towel out of Nikita Lyons' hand.
I'm not a fan of hers.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not there.
I'm not
So
there
that's the
either.
only reason. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
If it's for AEW, then yes, I would say that's how that would happen.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
The other big tag team match we had was a 6-man tag team match. Dark State gets the win over the put together tag team. Noam Dar, Saquon Sugars, and the guy that I can't remember his name, the guy that hangs out with Noam Dar. And just a kind of a blah match. I mean, NXT to me was just kind of eh. And this match just kind of highlighted that. I'm normally a pretty big Dark State fan. Cutler had a couple of moments in this that was pretty good. Osiris had a couple of moments that were pretty good, but overall, this match was just kind of blah to me. I mean, am I wrong on that?
This match, not TNA, NXT was kind of bland this week. You know,
Yeah.
It was kind of like eating, like you're used to eating Fruity Pebbles, and you're like, oh yeah, this is nice, you know. And then now you're down to Wheaties, and you're like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know about
Very
this.
weird comparison.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it. I would have said more like Raisin Bran or something like that because that's even worse. But
that
still,
is bad. That is terrible. What is that stuff? Prunes? Eat prunes in the morning. People do that. That's terrible.
yeah, I don't know why you would ever do that.
I don't know why people do that anyway, but
And they tried to save it with the main event, which was a decent match. Tony D versus Naraku in a street fight. Lo and behold, Tony D does win. They actually had some decent spots here. They had some violence in what the street fight should had. So good on NXT for doing that. But ultimately, Tony D gets the win. So I'm not real sure what we've done with Naraku here at this point because he's lost every match with Tony D. One of them where Tony D only had one eye, by the way.
yeah, exactly.
So we've kind of killed any aura, as the kids like to say, that Naraku or Evil or anybody had coming in, and now he's just kind of there.
Yep.
So
It's gonna
I
be.
guess maybe we'll do something different when Santana comes in, since he came in and had the stare down at the end.
Is it
I
really
don't know,
gonna be
man.
Santana though? Is his name Santana or is it something else?
Coming from TNA, I think they'll keep it because they've kept most of the TNA people as they come over.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It's only if they come from other places. Parts unknown, when they say.
Parts unknown, they say. I got my paper ready. I'm ready for this.
Yep. So that is pretty much everything. We will get right into the main event. AEW Redemption coming up. You see, the title is on the line. Stampede could not be here with us because he is working his butt off, working 12 hours a day. He did send me his picks, so I have his picks written down right in front of me, which I will give as we go. And he is putting the Shield on the line. So just because he's not here doesn't mean he's not going to defend. Because we're not going to go through an AEW pay-per-view because they only have them once every 6 months, I think. Without having everything coming through. On to the first match. It is the double chain tag team match. The Dogs going up against the Bang Bang Gang. Been setting up with the return of Jay White a couple weeks ago. Fed, you got, man?
You damn sure I'm going with oh, son of a bitch. The Dogs. I gotta go with the Dogs on this one.
Stampede also goes with the Dogs. He agrees with you. He thinks they get the win. I don't know why you're bringing Jay White back just to have him lose, so I am actually going to go with the Bang Bang Gang. Plus,
Right.
I can't say Dogs that many times in a positive manner. Otherwise, my
I'm
Alabama heritage may turn on.
Alabama heritage. I swear. I'm gonna ask when you switch.
Of course, Carol takes the Dogs. Extreme Chick goes with the Bang Bang Gang. You good? You got it right written down?
Yeah, I got it written down. Let me ask you something though. When you switch, so that way it's official. That way you can't go back and lock it in. But go ahead.
What, when I go to the next match?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you as soon as you go next. All right.
Next
Do
up,
you not know the story real fast though of Jay White versus Connor coming or Finley? Sorry,
Not really, no.
Finley's the one who took over the Bullet Club and kicked out White.
Okay.
And the story's never been finished. They're not gonna let White win in this tag team.
I mean, I'm still not going to take it back. I'm going to stick.
I know because you're gonna go oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that.
Yeah, you.
I'm
My
also
time.
going to look at this six-way ladder match, and I'm going to pick Jungle Jack Perry as the person who I think is going to win. I know. Look, I get it. It's for the international championship, #1 contender, and you've got the whole jet of it all and Bailey, because Stampede does go with Mike Bailey. He's picking Speedball in this because of that story. I get it, but AEW likes to swerve you. Jungle Jack Perry just signed a brand new contract. He's back now. He's going to come back stronger than ever. So I think he actually gets the ladder match and goes on to face the Jet. Who you got, Speed?
I'm going with Mike Bailey. I agree with him. Like I can't. Me and him have been talking about this for a while, and the story is adding up. He's good. He's going at it.
See, I know they're going to wrestle eventually. I just don't think it's going to be this time. Let's see. Next up, the no-holds-barred match. The Painmaker Chris Jericho versus the Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa. We will get with Stampede coming up first. He is going with the Painmaker Chris Jericho to win. Sped, who you got?
Of course, the Canadian goes with the Canadian. I have to go with the Canadian as well. I've been breathing in a bunch of Canadian air lately, especially that
Canadian smoke.
Yeah, that Canadian smoke. All right, so I'm going with the Painmaker, Chris Jericho.
Good Lord, that's 3 for 3 that you guys have agreed on. It's also going to be 3 for 3 that I disagree with. I am going to go with Tommaso Ciampa just because I don't want Chris Jericho to win. Anybody who's watched this show knows I don't like Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but you haven't been breathing in.
He's my LA Knight.
You haven't been.
I don't want to see Chris Jericho.
You haven't been breathing in that Canadian
smoke.
So you don't have
so
that.
many different ways.
But
no, I haven't done that either. So I am going to go with Tommaso Ciampa. I think he needs the win more. Chris Jericho doesn't need another win. I get it. Everybody, it is what it is. Jericho can go away again. I don't care if it's the Painmaker. I don't care if it's the Lionheart. I don't care if it's the Ocho, the Nueve, whatever.
The Nueve.
Give me Tommaso Ciampa.
The Nueve.
And then we have the big tag team match. Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley representing the Death Riders going up against the Young Bucks. Sped, you're up first on this one. Who you got?
I got the Young Bucks.
Okay.
Reason why?
Any reason why?
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to fix something. I got the Young Bucks because, look, the Young Bucks win this one. They pin Ospreay, all right? But it's just more fuel to the fire for, the promo coming up with Omega on Wednesday. Well, you couldn't even beat my guys. How are you going to beat me? So boom, boom.
All right, going with the Young Bucks. Stampede agrees with you on that as well. He is picking the Young Bucks also. Again, 4 for 4. I am going to go with Moxley and Ospreay just because, again, I'm not going against Moxley. I love the Death Riders. I love this whole story that they've been doing. I think they continue it on through London, where I think Will Ospreay will probably win the title. And then I think maybe there's some cracks showing in there, and we get Moxley versus Ospreay later on for the championship. But I think you hold that bond strong until after the Omega match. So I think they get the win here over a couple of Omega's boys and get the win over the Young Bucks. I like Mox Spray. I like that.
Mox Spray.
Let's see. Carol thinks the Death Riders as well. Yeah, I just think it makes too much sense. And a match that was just now made. Mark Davis defending his national championship against Andrade El Idolo. I will go up first on this one because that is the way we've been going, and I'm going to pick Andrade El Idolo. He's the hottest thing going in the company right now. He just broke away from the Don Callis family. The Don Callis family seems like they are imploding with every episode of of Dynamite, of Collision. I don't see why the pay-per-view is going to be any different. I more cracks in the Callis family. So, Andrade El Idolo, who you got?
I am going with Andrade as well. I like Andrade. He's the real deal.
Yeah, and pretty much everybody agrees. Andrade, as does Stampede. He picks Andrade. Did he? I didn't see that. Did I miss his comment? Oh, I did.
He said Mark Davis.
All right. We appreciate you, Isaiah. Saving the graphic, as they say on game day. Next up for the TBS title, you've got Hikaru Shida versus Maya World. Stampede's up first on this one, and he is going with the up-and-comer Maya World. Good.
Same thing. Going with Maya World in this one. I mean, everything's pointing towards her.
She's got the whole world. Oh, no. Yeah, it's Maya World. I mean, she's, again, much like I said about Andrade, one of the hottest things going right now in AEW. her on the women's side.
He
You
said,
know,
I
just
like
to
new
get,
Sheeta. I love him. I love him.
yeah, and I'm not sure who Shiva is. Maybe that's a
Shiva?
surprise third entrance,
Like Liberty Bibbity?
something like that. Let's see what is next. We've got the International Championship, another championship being defended on AEW. Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito. Sped, you up first. Who you got, man?
You are not going to believe this. I am going with the Don Callis family member, Kyle Fletcher. Why? Because the match that is coming up, Fletcher, Okada, and Takesha. Watch. It's coming soon.
Okay. Again, I know I just said all that about Don Callis family falling apart. I think Kyle Fletcher winning here will help the Don Callis family fall apart because he's one of the ones that are kind of splintering off as we go. You saw what happened with Okada Wednesday night on Dynamite. Everything going on. It's Kyle Fletcher, the proto star, Kyle Fletcher, as you have to say, or Mike yells at you from Kicking Attitude. You have to say the whole name. The proto star, Kyle Fletcher, gets the win. But wait, there's more. Yet another title defense.
What did Stampede go with? Fletcher?
He went with Fletcher too.
I
Sorry,
thought
I said that.
I was going to say he went
Nope.
Bandito, didn't he?
Nope, he went with Kyle Fletcher. Thought I mentioned that before I made my pick. My bad. And yet another title defense on AEW's pay-per-view. Imagine that. You have all your big titles on your big shows. The AEW Tag Team Champions, Cage and Cope, going up against the lower version of the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. Is it me first this time?
Yep.
You went first last time, didn't you? All right. I am going to go Cope and Cage. I think that's one of the reasons that I had Moxley and Ospreay winning, just because, again, there's a little bit of balance in there. You know, you don't let all the Death Riders lose or all the Death Riders win in one show. Carol thinks the Death Riders should win like that. But yeah, no, I think Cope and Cage go over. There's a bigger feud coming for Cope and Cage, and I think it is the Young Bucks, but we'll see. Sped, who you got?
I got to go with Cope and Cage. There's no way they let these two guys win. And yes, it's an OFA night of Death Riders.
All right. Stampede also goes with Cope and Cage. So.
I mean, why wouldn't the Canadian take his fellow Canadians? And he's the mayor of Canada.
There is a theme. I think by law he has to pick all the Canadians.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think that's in his national anthem and his constitution. All right, so he's
Stay tuned later, so that may spoil one of his picks later on, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's why he does not like picking Ethan Page.
Because that's the only Canadian he doesn't go for.
Yep.
He American't.
He American't.
That's pretty good. Good job, Mike. Good job. Next up, we have Tekla defending her AEW Women's Championship against Willow Nightingale. Spetta, let you go first. Who you got in mind?
Tekla. Come on. The spider. Come on, man. This chica is on a different level. I love Willow. I do. But it's Tekla's world, and we're living in it, and I'm loving it.
All right. So finally, you guys disagree because Stampede is going for Willow Nightingale, which if you've watched again, if you've paid attention to Stampede, you know this because he has said it's going to be Willow Nightingale at Wembley for a long time now. So I could have probably told you this myself. Much like I think you could probably tell everybody my answer as well, who you think I'm going with, because you've met me for more than a couple of shows. So who do you think I'm going to pick in this match?
The referee. That's what I was honestly going to pick. But, I think you might go with Willow. Now I'm playing. You're going Tekla in this one.
Yes. I am not going against my toxic spider.
I know,
The only spider that I really like, Tekla. All 100%.
The only spider I
Triangle
like.
of Madness. Or
Yeah. Ooh. Bring in Victoria, and then we got a square.
well, I guess she kind of is a spider too. So it might be not the only spider because they called her the Black Widow. But she's kind of a
Yep,
spider.
she is a spider.
That brings us to the main event, the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega, Kevin the Jet Knight in the biggest matchup of Kevin Knight's career in the main event. And all of that to say he's going to lose. It's Kenny Omega. There's no way that Kenny's winning. That Kevin's winning. Sorry. Kenny Omega gets the win, retains the championship, and goes on to face Will Ospreay.
I don't even have to say it, right? I don't have to say it.
You didn't. I don't have to say Stampedes either. That's pretty much everybody's pick at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is obvious, cut and dry copy. Yeah. You know, we can send this out to the enemy, and they're fine. They'd be like, "We knew this 10 years ago." Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you sent this to Kevin Knight's parents if they would pick Kevin Knight over Kenny Omega right now. I'm just saying.
All right. So, what would your tiebreaker be on this match?
It is an AEW match. It is a Kenny Omega match, so I'm gonna say 33 minutes.
33?
Yep.
All right. And I am gonna go with 37 minutes.
All right, and Stampede obviously does not need the tiebreaker because if he's tied at the end of it, he is still the champion because champions event.
Yeah, he can go away.
And that all depends on if we can actually go up there and find him with all the smoke in Canada.
Oh no, he's fine.
Find the shield or not?
He's fine. He's over near.
You got to get through all of it from where you're at to get to you. Yeah, obviously, if you've got smoke there, you got to get through it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to drive through that again.
Again.
That was terrible, man.
Speaking of the one, the only AEW Shield champion Stampede, that brings us to Stampede's World of Wrestling. His weekly segment is back. He did have time to send us a video. We do appreciate Sped last week with the Mr. Rodriguez interview. But now, back to everyone's favorite segment, Stampede's World of Wrestling.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Stampede back after a 1-week hiatus, and we're going to jump right back into it with our top fives from around the wrestling world in the last week. Going to kick things off with your top 5 matches. Coming in at number 5 from last week's Dynamite, we had Kyle Fletcher defending his international title against Commander. Coming in at number 4, we had Andrade El Idolo taking on Jake Doyle, also from last week's Dynamite. If he won that, he would get a shot at the national title, currently held by Mark Davis. Andrade was successful, so he will challenge for that title at the pay-per-view this weekend, AEW's Redemption. Coming in at number 3 from the 5-star Grand Prix, operating out of the Red Stars B block, we had Rina Yamashita taking on Mi Sierra. If you love women's wrestling, great time to dive into Stardom with their 5-star tournament. Coming in at number 2, we're going to jump over to another tournament. This one taking place in New Japan Pro Wrestling and the infamous G1 Climax. And we had Hiroki Goto taking on the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Yota Tsuji. And your number 1 wrestling matchup last week, not even really close. Nothing really came close to touching this one. Siri was defending her IWGP Women's title against Nat Tsupoi. Siri was successful in this defense, and just recently the news broke that Nat Tsupoi will be retiring from professional competition on January 3rd, 2027. So Nat Tsupoi wrapping her up. If you haven't seen her, go back and watch some of her stuff. Amazing wrestler. If you have, enjoy these last few months. Your men's wrestler of last week, just mentioned him, Andrade El Idolo punched his ticket to Redemption. He's going to challenge for the national title. Your women's wrestler of the week, giving this one to Athena. She is now the longest reigning world champion in North America in the modern era. She surpassed Roman. mark of 1,316 days, and so her record will continue. She still holds that, so every day she adds to her own record. And your tag team of the week, going to give this one to the Triangle of Madness. That consists of Tekla, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, as they are the new Artist of Stardom champions. Essentially, that is the Trios Championships. So it's a three-man title that is held over there. Your top 5 men for last week, coming in at number 5, the IWGP Men's Heavyweight Champion, Yota Tsuji. Number 4 is Jon Moxley, your AEW Continental Champion. Number 3 is MJF. Number 2 is Will Ospreay. He is the Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Champion. And number 1, your AEW Men's Heavyweight Champion, Kenny Omega. Your top 5 women, coming in at number 5, Chihiro Hashimoto. She is the Sendai Girls World Champion. Number 4 is Suzu Suzuki. She is the World of Stardom Champion. Already mentioned this lady. Number 3 is Athena, your ROH Forever Women's World Champion. Number 2 is Tekla. Tekla 2 belts, AEW Women's World Champion and Artist of Stardom Champion. And number 1, and has been now for quite some time, Siri, your IWGP Women's Champion. We have a huge weekend of wrestling coming up. Kicking off Friday is WWE SmackDown right after this show. Charlotte Flair will take on Nia Jax. This is a qualifier match for the interim WWE title. We also have the G1 Climax still going. Day 6. Marquee matchups there will be Konosuke Takeshita taking on Bolton Oleg. Rohei Oiwa will take on Yuta Ice. And Shingo Takagi will take on Yota Tsuji. We have Triple A, Verano de Escandillo. The Triple A mixed World Tag Team title match. Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana will defend against opponents that are not named yet as of this video. Your AAA Reina de Reinas title 3-way match. Flamer, who is your champion, will defend against Lady Shani and La Catalina, who just recently came over from CMLL. Your AAA World Cruiserweight title match. Rey Fenix will defend against Mini Vikingo. And we got a tag team match. Dominic Mysterio will pair up with El Grande Americano to take on Los Perros de Mal. Sunday afternoon, Produce will have an afternoon special as kind of a lead-in to AEW's Redemption. Fuwa-chan will take on Nixie XS. Hazuki will be on the show, taking on Liza Hall. And the Green Phantom and Jonathan Gresham will take on Beastman and Mad Dog Connolly. The Stardom 5-star Grand Prix is also on the go this weekend. On the 24th, some marquee matchups. We have Sayaka Karura taking on Maika. Tomoka Inaba taking on Azumi. Mi Sierra taking on Konami, and Seiya Aida will take on Maki Ito. On the 26th, we have Sayaka Kura taking on Azumi, Tomoko Inaba taking on Maika, Rina Yamashita will take on Maki Ito, and Utami Hayashishita will take on Seiya Aida. And the big show this weekend, AEW Redemption. Run the card down right quick for you. Hikaru Shida will take on Maya World. The Young Bucks versus the Death Riders, which will consist of Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay. AEW World Tag Team title match. Cage and Copeland will take on the Death Riders, which will be Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. A no DQ match. Chris Jericho will take on Tommaso Ciampa. Jericho will be wrestling under his Painmaker gimmick for this one. I already mentioned this before. The AEW National title will be on the line as Mark Davis defends against Andrade El Idolo. The AEW International title will be on the line as Kyle Fletcher defends against Bandito. Everybody from the Don Callis family will not be at ringside for that. That was just revealed on last night's Dynamite. The AEW Women's World title will be on the line as Tekla defends against Willow Nightingale. Match announced last night. It will be Jay White and Juice Robinson taking on David Finlay and Clark Collars in a double chain match. And The big one, AEW World Title match. Kenny Omega will defend against Kevin Knight, who is still your current AEW TNT champion. That's it for me this week, folks. Now back to Mike. Now back to Steph.
It's huge.
All right. Thank you guys so much, Stampede, for that weekly update and all of wrestling and all the upcoming attractions. I wouldn't be surprised. He mentioned the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions with opponents not yet to be named. Don't be surprised if it is not Carmen Petrovich and one of the guys from Los Perros del Mal who come in and take those titles from them just because they're making them a big deal on AAA's show coming up this weekend. That brings us to the Twitter post of the week. Take us away, Sped.
All right, so Sean Ross Sapp posted this up. Bailey is not to believe to have signed a new contract with WWE or a new deal with WWE at this point. WWE sources claim AEW has long had their eye on her contract. You know, so they're making it well known that they want her to come. She's done with WWE. Do you think she's done with WWE, or what do you think?
So I have no idea. I'll be completely honest. I have zero clue whether she's done with WWE or whether she's going to stay with WWE. But here's something I do know. I just watched the entire season of WWE Unreal. I've actually watched it twice now because I wanted to go back and double check myself. And here's the one lesson that I've learned from WWE Unreal. Everybody's like, oh, it's all fake. It's all made up. WWE just does it to puff it up. Here's one thing you can't fake. Watch the behind the scenes. Watch the guerrilla moments. Watch all of those things when people are coming through the curtain after a match, before a match, everything like that. Look who's in guerrilla, either congratulating somebody, consoling somebody, supporting somebody. You saw it when Liv Morgan got injured. And I'm sorry if there's any spoilers. There's probably going to be a couple of them. If you haven't watched the whole show, I apologize. I won't try to give too much away. But everybody knows Liv Morgan got injured with her shoulder. One of the people that were in medical with Liv Morgan was Bayley. Bayley was there for the Punk and AJ Lee stuff. Bayley was there for almost every big moment in that show. In all 5 episodes, Bayley makes an appearance somewhere behind the scenes. If WWE lets her go and doesn't do everything they possibly can to re-sign her, it will be the biggest mistake they have made since AEW was created.
Yep. I agree
100%. You can clip that. You can put it anywhere you want to. Losing Bayley will be bigger than anyone else they have lost to AEW since it started.
I agree with that 100%. And I think Isaiah said it right. Yeah, Becky said this is her last contract as well.
Yeah, but I don't think Becky's going anywhere else. I think Becky's just done. I don't think Becky wants to wrestle. She wants to do more acting. She wants to do more parenting.
Yeah,
and all that. You're not going to see Becky Lynch turn up at AEW. You're just not.
No.
She doesn't care about that. She wants to go do other things. So and like I said, you can take all the in-ring, as great as Bayley is in-ring, it's everything else she does. I didn't even include the Lodestone stuff. The whole seminar she has for women every year to teach other women how to handle the business and how to wrestle and how to do that. I didn't even touch on that. So yeah, I mean that's crazy. There's a lot of feedback coming from the mic. I don't know what's going on.
My mic or your mic?
I'm hearing it from you.
That's weird. My mic's like making noise.
I don't know. That's weird. It just sounds more like background noise, to be honest. But what's the next story we got?
Oh, Batista. Someone came out and asked him, will you ever get back in the ring? And he says he would rather go broke and do manual labor before he would ever come out of retirement at all to not tarnish his storybook ending in pro wrestling. And look, I think he went out his own way. I respect this. What do you think? I respect it.
Oh hell yeah, I respect it. It's good to hear that from a wrestler, because that's not the story for most every wrestler. You hear John Cena kind of say the same thing. He's done with the in-ring stuff. He may make an appearance every now and then, but he's never going to wrestle again.
Yep.
At first, you heard the same thing about AJ Styles. AJ Styles has kind of gone back on that a little bit. If you watch the interview he just did with Chris Van Vliet
Yeah,
last
I
week,
saw that. Yeah.
he mentions, hey, I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but never say never kind of thing. There's always that chance.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of Batista for doing it. One, he's never going to have to work manual labor, and he's never going to be broke.
Well,
So
yeah.
let's just be honest with that.
Yeah.
If that choice actually came out, it may be a little different story, which is why a lot of these other wrestlers are having to do it because they can't fall back on their acting career or anything like that. But 100%, I respect him for saying it. I'm glad somebody's doing it that way. I hope the likes of AJ Styles and John Cena follow suit and stay retired. I wish Chris Jericho would do the same thing. Go tour with Fozzy some more. So, and Mike said, I think AJ would want to be in there with his son at some point. I mean, I get that.
That's respectable, though.
I get that. And obviously, John Cena doesn't have to worry about that. But
yeah. Well, the next one you're gonna like. It's different for once, but it's big meaty man slapping meat. That's what this is. Otis, Brody King, PCO, and Kid Colossus. If you don't know Kid Colossus, this dude is 6'9", 6'10", and he is 382 pounds. This dude's a mountain of a man. All right, the dude is
of a man. I like how you said that. Of a man.
I've been watching a lot of Austin Power movies lately. All right, of a man. That's not a lady. That's a man. No, but this dude really just became the United States champion of OVW. But Otis, Brody King, PCO, and Kid Colossus. I'm gonna take Kid Colossus just because this dude is a freaking tank. And you guys go back and watch OVW. This is not me getting paid by OVW saying this. This is just me trying to get you guys to go watch this. This dude's a damn tank. Go watch Kid Colossus a little bit.
But if you want to watch more Kid Colossus, make sure you go check out Territory on Spedrock Productions every Thursday night over on SP3DROCK on Twitch. No, they're not paying us to do that, but hell, I'm going to poke it anyway. So there you go. Make sure you go check it out. You'll get to see more Kid Colossus, learn more about him. I've seen more of him since I've started watching OVW on there. I got to see a little bit of him on Independence Rage this past weekend. He was really good, but look.
He's freaking crazy. He's crazy.
There's no way, there's zero chance that he outlasts Brody King in this. I'm going to have to agree with everybody in the audience that has all said Brody as well.
Brody's a beast, all right? I just didn't think you were going to bark. Yeah, like Brody would.
Oh, so. I'm still not going to bark. It's not going to happen. But Brody King does get the win. I think out of everybody, PCO takes the pin. And honestly, PCO may die as old as he is if Brody King really goes after him.
Or freaking Otis or Kid Colossus.
Nah, but PCO, I don't know how much I would trust PCO's heart.
That's why, he's going to be sitting out 90% of the match.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I go Brody King for the win, and I still think it would be a really good match. I would like to see Kid Colossus and Brody King go at it. I think that would be really cool.
Kid Colossus is definitely going to WWE. He ain't going to AEW.
Well, not as Kid Colossus, no. I mean, he may go there as a different character.
Colossus, sorry. Kid Colossus.
Kid Colossus. All right. That is our show for tonight. That is where I start to tell you where you can find me before we get to the final word with Sped. And you see it down there by my shoulder. You can find me at _BigMike27 on all socials. You can also, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Kick, if you're on X right now watching this, go over to YouTube, search at _BigMike27. Carol, look, we are at 370 subscribers right now on YouTube. If we get to 400 subscribers by SummerSlam Sunday. So by next Sunday, if I need you to pump up the show, if you can get us to 400 subscribers by the end of SummerSlam, I will bark on the next show. That's the only way that happens. So promote the show, tell a friend, tell them to subscribe, anything you can do. If we get to 400 subscribers by the end of SummerSlam, the following show after that, which will be 2 weeks from tonight, I will come on here and I will bark. I may even say the thing before you normally bark, but we'll see. But that brings us to the final word with Sped. Take it away, brother.
Oh man, yeah. Thank you guys for being in here. First off, thank you to Creator Sports Network for sponsoring Spedrock to give us OVW live streams every Thursday for Territory. That's the reason why we created Territory. It's because of that. You know, if you guys subscribe to the channel on Twitch or Kick, I know you guys are on there as well. You guys look at the bottom bar. You enter. You one entry. Get the enter for the signed Grayson Rodriguez signed baseball. Authentic. Everything's on there. Join us Sunday for Point Taken, where the points do matter. Wednesday for the whole damn mess. And Thursday, of course, for Territory, OVW edition. And every week, man, right here, the Run In Wrestling Podcast, we are now 5 episodes away from 100. 100 episodes, brother. Almost 2 years now. 104 is 2 years. That's even cool to me, too. You know, we get the 100th episode, and then 4 weeks later, we're doing the 200th episode, the 2-year episode. But yeah, everyone tune in here. Go follow everywhere you guys can. Be easy.